Hello, welcome back to Air Engine Research. If this is your first time visiting my channel, over the years I've been working on a number of different air engines, but currently I have just two versions that I've kind of finalized on. One is called an oval ring compressed air motor, and the other is going to be a two-cylinder bicycle assist motor. Now both of them require air valves, and one of the things that I've said during my working on these compressed air motors is I want to restrict it to as simple as possible and something that I can make myself. Parts that I use, I just go to the local hardware store or to the machine shop and buy the raw material, bolts, nuts, and things like that I use. The major problem I've had over the years has been the air valves continually leak, and I can't have that. So I'm always trying to come up with a valve system that is easy to make and won't leak. Now, maybe I've finally come up with one that will work. I've had some that worked pretty well and didn't leak, but they were just too hard to operate because the seals that I ended up using, they were fairly large, and anytime you have compressed air and you have a seal in there that you try to push open, the larger the seal, the more pressure it takes to open it, and that's always been one of the problems, is it takes way too much pressure to open the valves. Now I've come down with this design, which I hope will work okay. The little model that I worked with for testing it seemed to work well, so I'm hoping it will. But this is the basic design of the valve. It has two holes drilled. It has two stems with two little seals, and so there's only actually three major holes. This hole has 1, 2, 3 different diameters, and this one's the same. In order to get all the parts to fit and work, I had to do that. Now, making the individual little stem and seal, what I do is I take a 1/4-inch machine bolt and I drill a 3/16 hole through. And then this head is made a little bit smaller. Then I cut that off and I thread the inside of that tapered head. So what I end up with when I'm done is a tiny head that I can screw on to a stem. It's not very large, but yet it does it. And then I use a 1/2-inch washer seal that goes in a faucet. So I've got my seal that fits into it. And then it has a nut so that you use the actual 3/16 machine bolt with an Allen head in it. It's got a number of threads so you can adjust it up or down depending on how it has to be when it's actually in the valve. And since metal is hard to work with and a lot more expensive, what I use is oak wood. Now this is inch and 3/4 square, and it's 2.5 inches long. I drill the 2 holes here. I drill a hole here that accesses the air that is put into the valve. And then the 2 stem holes come out the bottom side. So they can be adjusted to fit whatever size you need. This hole would be what goes either on top of a cylinder, or you can put a 1/8 inch pipe fitting in it and then run hoses wherever you need. Now these are the inlet for the air, and what goes in there is I take a 5/8 threaded rod. I drill a 23/64 hole, thread it, and then I can screw an air fitting into it. And then this screws into the end of the valve body. It takes some effort to make them, but once they're made, they work okay. I still have to work on making the bicycle assist frame, but for now I just wanted to do a quick little video on how to make the valves that I need for each of the 2 cylinders. But for now I'm going to have to go ahead and finish threading these holes and assemble them and see how well that goes. If you're interested in what I'm doing and you want to continue watching more videos as I make them, if you would subscribe and push the little bell thing to be notified, you'll get an email letting you know whenever I have another video that is being put out. And for you longtime subscribers, thanks for checking in again, and I'll continue to keep you posted as I come up with ideas and updates. So for now, so long.